Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Today I'm going to be answering the most asked question on the YouTube channel, and that is, Zebrus, how do you get all of these fancy cinematics for your YouTube videos? Well, today guys, I'm about to let the cat out the bag and I'm about to show you everything that I know about capturing stunning visuals inside of Minecraft to boost your videos. So with that being said, let's jump straight into today's video. So what I want to do first is I want to show you guys how simple this really is before I show you guys how to install it. So what we're going to do is we're going to load into our Minecraft world. We're going to hit on start recording. We're just going to, fly around, explore the map, do all of that good stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit stop recording. We're going to save and quit. Over here in the top right hand side, you'll notice it is saving a replay file. So we're going to wait for that to save. We're going to hit OK. We're going to then go to our replays. Now remember guys, this ain't a tutorial. This is just me showing you guys what replay can do, and then later on I will install it, show you guys how to install it, and then I will also show you guys how to use it. But now we have our beautiful world right here. We have everything that we have just recorded. What we can do then is we can start rotating the camera in any direction. We can start enabling keyframes. Like if I want to follow my character, we can enable 2 keyframes here, go forward, and then we can follow our character by doing a nice little loop-de-loop just like this. And then if we just drag it out here, it will then make it in slow motion. And if we hit play, as you can see, the camera will now start turning as it is following the character. You can make it look a lot cleaner, and I will be showing you guys how to do that one as well. So now you guys know the potential of replay. Let's actually show you guys how to install it, and this is going to be really easy. So let's start. So the first thing you guys are going to do is click the first link in the description. It will take you to Fabric. Now Fabric is a mod loader, a little bit like Forge if you know what Forge is. This basically enables you to add mods to your Minecraft game. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit on download for Windows, and if you're doing this for Linux or if you're doing this for Mac, it's basically the same way with a few more extra steps. If you do need help, leave a comment. I'm more than happy to help you out. So now that we've installed it, all we're going to do is we're going to click on it, and then we're going to make sure that the Minecraft version is the version that we want. So if you're doing this for Minecraft 1.5, go down to 1.5. We're going to do it on the most latest version, which is 1.20.1 as of recording today's video. Now the loader version, keep the loader version exactly the same, and the install location, make sure it is pointing towards your .minecraft file. Remember, if you need any help, let me know. Create a profile, make sure it is ticked, and then we're just going to hit on install. Once that's installed, you'll get this little pop-up that basically just says successfully installed. So now we've successfully installed Fabric, all you guys are going to want to do is load up Minecraft, so give me a second. There we go, so Minecraft is now loading up. And once it's loaded up, you're going to notice down here, it says Fabric 1.20.1 or Fabric whatever version you downloaded. If it doesn't say that for whatever reason, no worries, just go to installations, new installation, and because it isn't a part of Minecraft, it wasn't created by Minecraft, it isn't going to be in order. So for example, 1.20 Fabric could be mixed in with Minecraft 1.5 and Minecraft 1.6. So just go down the list until you see the Fabric loader. You're going to want to click on it. You're going to go to more options, and this is where you can enable your game to have more RAM, which I would highly recommend. So by default, Minecraft uses 2 GB of RAM. I would highly recommend turning it to 4. You don't need to do this, but it does help out if you're trying to make massive projects. Like if you're recording Minecraft 100 days, or if you have a 30-hour replay video, you're going to want to allocate more RAM towards it. But anyway, once you've done all of this, just click on create. I'm not going to do that because I already have the installation down here. But once you click on create, you'll find the installation that you've just created within this list right here. Now, all you need to do is load up Minecraft and then close Minecraft. So by loading up Minecraft using Fabric Loader, it will give you a mods folder. If you don't load up Minecraft, you ain't going to get a mods folder, and you're going to be confused on why I have something that you don't. So load up Minecraft, it'll give you a mods folder. Now, once you've loaded up Minecraft and you've closed it again, all you're going to want to do is click on the second link that's in the description, and that will take you to the Replay Mods download. You want to make sure that the Minecraft version you're downloading matches your fabric. So we downloaded Minecraft 1.20.1, and that means we're going to want to download Replay Minecraft 1.20.1. If you downloaded 1.19, make sure you download 1.19 on the Replay mod as well. So all we're going to do is we're going to go over to here, Minecraft 1.20.1, and then we're going to hit download. And as easy as that, it is now downloaded. So all you want to do is go to your Minecraft files. I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. The most common way that everyone uses is by holding the Windows key and pressing R. You will then see this little run prompt open up. All you want to do is type app data, click on OK, go to roaming, go to .minecraft, and then you just want to go down to mods, and you just want to drag and drop the downloaded Replay mod into your mods folder. It's as simple as that. Now, if you can't find your Minecraft file by doing the steps I just shown you, I am going to quickly show you another method which is a lot easier to do. So another way of finding your mods folder is by going to options, resource packs, and open pack folder. Now give me a second. Once your pack folder is open, all you want to do is click on .minecraft, which is up here. And then you just want to locate your mods folder. So that's two ways of locating your mods folder with inside of Minecraft. And then once again, once you're here, drag and drop your replay file into your mods folder. Now once all of that is done, there is a few things that you can do before you start playing. If you click on the replay viewer, which is this little button right here next to your Minecraft realms, you can then go to the top right hand side and you will see settings. Now you can enable notifications. This basically means if you're recording, you start recording, it'll say, hey, you've started recording. If you pause it, it will then say, hey, you've paused it. You end recording, it'll say you've ended recording. This is great if you're using hotkeys, which I personally don't use, only because I like to know 100% that I am actually recording. Record on single player, turn it on. Record on a server, turn it on. So if you're playing Hypixel or you're playing on my server, you can then record on my server, or you can record on single player. So make sure both of them are turned on. Automatic recording, turn that off. It's super annoying, and I'm pretty sure it's on by default. So what automatic recording means is when you join a game, multiplayer or single player, instantly it'll start recording, and it will just fill up your storage very, very quickly. Rename dialogue, keep that on. Show chat. Now, if you're doing a time lapse, you're not going to want to see loads of chat. Like if I'm in a Minecraft server and I'm recording a time lapse for 5 hours, I don't want to see everyone's messages in the last 5 hours in my time lapse. So I always keep show chat turned off. This only applies to the recording file and not to your in-game. So in-game, you can still see chat messages. On the recording, you will not be able to. So I would. So, they're the basic settings for you all, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go and log onto my server. Now before we continue with this tutorial, I just want to give a massive shout out to Faith, Maxine, Damien, Encrypted, and Thomas for becoming my new channel members. We are playing on a member only server, so if you do want to join that, it'll cost you £3 a month, but you get to play with this awesome community within a safe server that has grief prevention. That means you'll never ever be griefed. But anyway, we're not here for that. What we are here for is the replay mod. So I've came over to this person's base right here, which is Damien's base. And all we're going to do is find an area that we want to record in. So let's say we want to record this tree. We want to make a cinematic of this base, okay? All we're going to do is we're just going to stand anywhere. Now, if you're building, obviously you're going to want to build and you're going to want to record. But follow the same steps as if you are building. So all you're going to do is you're going to hit escape. And then you'll see start recording and resume recording. We're just going to hit start recording. And, you know, we'll just do some walking around like, oh, this is a very nice tree. And, you know, now we're done. So let's hit stop recording. And then let's just disconnect. Now before you disconnect, make sure you have stopped recording. If you haven't done this, 1, it doesn't always save, and 2, you could corrupt. So make sure you stop recording before disconnecting. So I'm going to disconnect, and up here you'll see that it's saving a replay file. Now you can click on it and you can rename it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it test, and then we're going to hit done. Now once we've hit done, you just want to click on this little icon right here, which is the replay viewer, and you'll see the test right here with the name of the world or the name of the server. So now we have loaded into the replay. I've turned off my webcam, by the way, just so you guys can see the top left of my screen. You'll notice as soon as we load in, it's automatically going to start playing. So all we want to do is we're going to hit pause, and then we want to hit 0, 0 at the start of our timeline. Now if we walk around, we could find our player, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So all you guys want to do is hit B on the keyboard, and then you'll have a list of players. If you're playing solo, it'll just be you. If you're playing on a multiplayer server, you are going to have a list of other people. So what we're going to want to do is click on our username, and then we're going to hit escape, and then we're going to hit shift, and there is our player. So once again, that's a B, click on the player, click escape, hit shift. So now we have our player stood right at front of us. You may notice the player isn't facing the correct way. So all we want to do is hit T on the keyboard, which is the same button if you want to send a message in chat, and you just want to hit play for a second. You'll then notice the camera or the character snap into position. So you can use what I'm about to tell you now for anything, but just for the sake of today's tutorial, all I want to do is make a quick video of my player or my camera going upwards, following my player around up towards this map at the back of this tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it right behind my player. I'm going to hit T on the keyboard, and I'm going to add a position keyframe and a time keyframe. Now the time keyframe, which is this one right here, is for the start and for the end, whilst the position keyframe basically keeps track of every different movement we make within the camera. So now we've got those two set, it should be 2 green dots on the timeline. We're going to make sure this yellow line is right at the beginning, and we're just going to hit play, and we're going to watch my character run off into the distance, and I'm happy with him being there. You'll also notice that the yellow marker has now moved as well, and this corresponds with the timeline, so we're no longer going to touch this. If you modify this, if you move it forwards, it'll put it in slow motion. You move it backwards, you'll get a time lapse. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to move the camera over here. Now, if you want to move the camera like I'm doing right here by rotating it left and right, you're going to have to modify your hotkeys. To do this, all you need to do is hit escape, go to options, go to controls, go to keybinds. So that is escape, options, controls, keybinds, go all the way down until you find roll clockwise and roll counterclockwise. Now you want to set one of these buttons to anything. By default, it'll be L and J. And if we look at L, L is red. This means that another keybind is already using it. So just to make this even simpler for you guys, if I changed it to W and S is walk forwards and walk backwards. Every time I go to change my camera's rotation, I'll be walking backwards and forwards. This is not what we want to do. So because I have a special mouse, I'm able to click on button 5 and button 4. You may not be able to do this. So I would suggest using one of your numpad numbers like 4 and 5 or whatever buttons you want to use. You can use it as long as it isn't showing up red as it is here. So I'm just going to make it button 5 and button 4 for now. So now if we go back into the game and you press one of those numbers that you've just allocated towards rotating your camera, you'll notice your camera will now rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise as well. So what I want to do is I just want to rotate my camera a little bit, and I want to line my player up just there. Another thing you can do as well, so right now there is way too much that you guys as the audience is focusing on. I want to show you guys the tree, the map and my player. So if you hit escape, go to options, FOV, knock your FOV all the way down to 40. This will basically crush everything in, and your audience will only be able to see so much. And this is great for trying to show your audience certain things in your cinematic rather than your audience looking at the whole wide world. So now that I've zoomed in, all we need to do is add a position keyframe. Remember, this last one here, the time keyframe, is only for the start and for the end, so we're just going to add a position keyframe, and you'll notice it's been added to the timeline. So we're going to move the yellow thing back once again, because I've just moved it, and we're going to hit play another time. And all we're going to do is we're going to make the player go there, and we'll just come over here, and we'll start to zoom out, and we'll start to rotate. Hit on another position keyframe, and we're just going to keep on going forward, and then we'll just end it by the camera going straight into the map. Now we're going to add a position keyframe, and because this is the end of the video, we're going to add a time keyframe. So it should look something like this: 2 time keyframes, which are at the bottom, and as many as you want on the position keyframes, which are at the top. Now if you go to the beginning on this timeline here, the bottom timeline, and hit play, you can then start playing the video that you have just made. I am going to also mention something else very quickly, and that is the curvature of the timeline. Now what I mean by this is we have a special linear camera movement. Now if you look at this right here, it's not a quick sharp, it's not a 90-degree bend, and that's because we are using a special setting, and I'm going to quickly show you that setting now. The setting is called Catmull. In here you have cubic and linear. Cubic is very sharp. If you turn 90 degrees, the camera will turn 90 degrees. If you use linear, it'll be nice and smooth. And if you use Catmull, Catmull basically just adds the natural feel to your cinematics. So for example, I turned the camera very drastically, and what the Catmull did automatically for me was it smoothed everything out, as you can tell by these red lines here. So when you're watching it, it is very smooth and very nice to watch. Now, if you have shaders enabled, as you can tell, I am playing with shaders. If you have shaders enabled, or even a texture pack, make sure you enable the texture pack or shader before rendering your video. So I'll quickly change my shader pack, and just for the giggles, I'll also change my texture pack just as well. Now by changing my texture pack and my shader pack, we'll notice that a lot has changed, and if you want to render out your video, you can render out your video very easily by clicking on Render Camera Path, which is this button here, and you get given a bunch of different options. I'm not going to explain it too much in today's video, as I do plan on making a separate video talking about how to make proper cinematics and how to render them in the highest of details. But we'll have to save that for a different video, otherwise we'll be here for the next 47 minutes. So rendering method, keep it on default. Encoding, keep it on MP4. The video resolution, this is something that you can knock up to 4K or even 2K. It's something that I do with all my cinematics, but just for the sake of today's video, I'm going to keep it on 1920 by 1080. Now, by hiring your resolution, it is going to use more computer resources to render the final video. Now, the bitrate, make it 40, and the video FPS, make it 60. Now, the output file, if you click on it, you can basically save where you want the file to be saved to. Now, if you go down to advanced settings, you can render name tags. So for example, my name tag is above my head. I can turn it off or turn it on. I want my name tag to be shown in the video, so I'm going to make sure that is there. Alpha channels, keep that turned off. Stabilize camera, don't touch that. Chroma keying, don't touch that either. And then all of this other stuff you don't need to worry about, because this is when you're trying to make VFX or custom in-depth scenery when you're using Blender or Maya and any of the other 3D animating softwares. Anti-aliasing, keep it off, but if you want to, you can knock it to 2, 4 or 8. It doesn't really make that much of a difference unless you are messing with a lot of particles and other things. The command line, you can leave that as a default as well. So feel free to copy the settings that I have here. I'll quickly go through it really slowly for you guys, and then you guys can quickly pause it and make sure that all your settings match mine. Now you can hit render, and this will start to render it. You can show the preview if you want to, but some computers will not allow you to do this, and if you do enable the preview, it may slow it down drastically. So I'm just going to quickly turn it off just to speed it up. So now you guys have rendered your file, what you can do is you can open the video file location, and then all you need to do is scroll down into your replays and you'll find your replay file, the one that you've just recorded, and as you can see right here, the video is playing nicely. So something else that I do quickly want to show you, it is going to cut to black for a second, is if you don't want to have a player visible, all you need to do, say if I'm playing multiplayer, or maybe I want to hide myself, all you need to do is hit B on the keyboard where it says visible, turn it off, and then the player will no longer be visible. But yeah, anyway, so guys, that is the end of today's video. If you did find it helpful, make sure to subscribe, and if you leave enough likes, I will make a part 2 where I show you guys how to get great cinematics like the one that you are watching now in the background. But anyway, thank you for watching guys. I'll see you all when I see you all in the next one, and goodbye.